Namaskar. Welcome to Prakash on Basics. I'm Prakash Zog, and we've started our discussions on what Sanskars are. I talked of why and what of the 16 Sanskars, the basic characteristics of what Sanskars are. Let us now go into the details or the basics of most of these Sanskars. Sanskars basically are of two types. Uh, Brahma, that is those specified in the Smrutis, and Daiva, that is those specified in the Dharma Shastras. Uh, I'll first list out the 16 that are generally talked of. We begin with what is known as the Garbhadan, Punsavan, Simantonayan, Jatakarma, Namakaran, निष्क्रमण अन्नप्राशन चूड़ाकर्म कर्णवेध विद्यारंभ उपनयन केशांत समावर्तन विवाह अग्नि परिग्रह and the final one which is anteshti. You'll find that sometimes slight different words are occasionally used or mentioned. Uh, that's because what I told you long back that the some of the texts have as many as 48 samskars that are listed out. Mm, uh, all these samskars have a religious base, and they are most of them are celebrations except the last one. So they have some common procedures that are there for all of them. Instead of repeating that every time, let me mention all those procedures which are common uh, in the beginning itself. Um, the tithi, muhurta, and nakshatra, that is the date, time, the constellations which are suitable to the person for whom the samskars are to be done, are chosen by the corresponding guru using the so many different versions of text that are available. Um, they have all to be performed being Shuchirbhut. Shuchirbhut means being clean. Here it implies bathing yourself, ensuring that you have proper dress that you are wearing. All rituals are performed Purvabhimukh. That means facing eastwards. For all functions, everywhere, clean flowing water source is used to obtain the necessary water for the function. Standil is the square that is made where the auspicious fire is lit for a variety of things which are typically oblations, which is known as ahuti. This could be of two types. It could be pakayajna, in which case it is cooked food, or it could be another word that is often used, which is known as ajya. That means uh, derived from goat's milk in a variety of forms that are required. And then, how do the rituals begin? As a standard practice, as in everywhere, the first step is Ganapati Pujan, praying to Ganapati, Vignahara. Then there is Punyaha Vachana. Then there is Matruka Pujan, followed by Nandi Shraddha. These are all to obtain blessings from gods, from your mother's family and trades, all your ancestors. They are to be prayed and their blessings are expected. They are to be invoked, they are to be appeased, they are to be remembered. Usually, the invoked gods in these 16 sanskars are either Indra or Brahma or Vishnu, Prajapati or Vishwedev, as in how it is required. Uh, the first three of these are pre-birth. Uh, most of these have to be done by the parents, but their influence is said to take place on the fetus or the child. So let's look into the first few today. The first one is known as Garbhadan. The word technically means donating the fetus. It's a ritual to sanctify the conception process. It is a ritual for having a good offspring. This is a ritual in which husband's presence and participation is mandatory. It is performed after after the marriage, naturally, after the bride's first menstruation after the marriage, and after the fourth day, there is a sub type of a function known as the Chaturthi Karma that is sometimes performed, and this Garbhadhan is to be performed after that. So, what's the ritual? The list of other things that I've already specified. You have the set using a bowl. Rice is to be pounded. It is to be boiled along with milk and freshly made ghee. Uh, the husband eats some of this and feeds a part of it to the bride. And during the process, he utters a mantra, an invocation. The meaning of it is as the fire inside earth, I place the fetus within you. So it raises the level of everything that is happening to a far higher concept. This is one of the few ones in which there is no ahuti or home which is required. That is the fire and the standil and the other issues. Now, it is also one of the significant factors in the beginning of the salvation from your debt to your ancestors, which I talked of some time back, Pitru Runa. So this is the first of the samskars. The second one um, is known as Punsavana. By present scientific background and that all the information and the knowledge that we have, this samskar now technically is redundant. But let me tell you what it is and why it is redundant also. Mm, it is to be performed for obtaining a male offspring, but it is performed during the third month of pregnancy. So technically, as we know from science today, the XX and the XY chromosomes have already been decided at the very instant of conception. And so they are not going to be affected by any way. So technically today, it doesn't really make any sense. But then I'll specify what it is. It is basically mentioned in the Ashwalayan Gruhya Sutra. Uh, and this is one of the samskars that can be performed in the absence of the husband by his sibling or a brother, basically, not sister, but a brother having the same genetic code as him can also perform the ritual along with uh, the pregnant mother. Uh, it is to be performed in the Punarvasu constellation, preferably. What is done? A cow which has a calf of the same color as the cow is selected. Its milk is obtained, curd is made out of it, and this is mixed with black lentils, udid as it is said, and barley. which is Zavas, uh, and the husband or the brother-in-law feeds three servings uh, to the uh, to the mother or to the sister-in-law or to the wife, naturally, as the situation may be. Then juice of the water vruksha, tree sap, is put in the right nostril of the mother, that is the pregnant lady. Uh, it is sometimes replaced by another type of a grass juice, which is of a particular type known as the durva, which are offered to the Ganapati. Um, During the process, the deity that is to be respected and prayed is Prajapati. Praja is the population, and the lord of population is Prajapati. That is the earlier among the Vedic gods that I had talked of long time back ago. And this then is the second ritual. It is supplemented by certain mantras, but I won't go into details of all of those. Uh, the third one is known as Simantonayana, parting of mother's hair upwards by the would-be father. This is also mentioned in the Ashwalayan Gruhya Sutra. It is to be performed in the fourth month of pregnancy, uh, in the Shukla Paksha, that is the growing moon fortnight, which is said to be more auspicious. As the moon grows, the fetus must also grow and develop into something better. Uh, the wife is expected to sit to the west of the standil or the fire, of course, facing east, using a specific bird's feathers. Uh, the husband parts her hairline and then combs it in the upward direction. If the specific feather is not available, uh, three strands of the kusha type of grass can be used as a replacement. Um, this basically is to show how much you care for the carrying mother, and to make her happy. It's more of a social ritual and has a lot of festive nature attached along with it. As later, there are some intermediate type of mm, sanskars that are mentioned in some of the texts, and these are offerings specifically made around the seventh, eighth month to Vishnu and Vishnu Bali and so forth. So these are all prayers to ensure that the fetus remains safe and sound, and there is a healthy growth of the fetus. There is one more sanskar uh, that is mentioned, and it is known as Soshanti Karma. And this is to be done by the husband, and his active participation and help during the process of delivery itself, bringing fresh water, ensuring that the conditions are good enough and safe enough. So this is the ritual that is where nowadays, of course, we are also aware that it is the husbands that are often expected to be present along with the delivering mother, to ensure that everything is running smoothly, and he knows the responsibilities and the pains that she is going through. It's sharing and caring that really matters, which is today, which was thought of even at those days. So these are the ones that take place before the birth and just at the birth point. It is here and at this stage that the rest of them begin. These samskars are more important because the child is now going to grow. I'll be talking of them next time onwards, because I don't want to confuse things by mixing the two sets together. If you've liked whatever I have said, please subscribe to this channel. Read up more if you can about the samskars, but there isn't too much of information that people know about samskars. But we must know what our ancestors thought of and what approach they had towards the birth of a child. Um, like and subscribe to this channel. Tell your friends about it. And I'll be talking of the next set of sanskars next time we meet. Till then, namaskar.